Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 44 Stack. My name is Kelsey Coop Charles. Along with me is West Coast Dave and Antonio Brother Long Long. Fellas, how's it going this beautiful day?
It's a lovely day, man. We missed last week because I was a little under the weather. I'm thankful that I'm back because Lord have mercy, upper respiratory is a killer. But before we get started,
Oh,
happy
yeah,
birthday there, Cool.
sure.
Big 49, you hanging on in there, boy. You come on in, get in the 50-50 club
Yeah,
with
I
me today.
appreciate
You
it.
all right?
Appreciate it,
Happy
man.
birthday,
Appreciate
dog.
it.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
I
The big,
appreciate it. I appreciate it, fellas.
yeah, yeah.
Happy B-Day, man.
Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. Well, what better way to enjoy yourself than with some foolishness? Because we got some foolishness to get into today. Because the last 2 weeks have been dreadful when it comes to football. So we might as well go on and jump in it hard. And let's go on and jump on Dabo Sweeney from the start. I don't know what's going on with Clemson. The expectations were high, but there was a reason they was high because we had just about everybody coming back, feeling good. Um, Offense stinks. Defense has held its own, but the defense could be better. Uh, but the play calling, and we've talked about this amongst ourselves while watching the game or whatever. Play calling has been pedestrian. I'm gonna use big words today, pedestrian, to say the least. Brian Wesco is a star, I will say that. But Cade been in school for 4 years, and we ain't had a quarterback since Trevor Lawrence sophomore year, bro. Just gonna be honest. We
So
ain't
let
had a
me ask this question: Is it okay, or is it the receivers not running routes getting open? Combination of both fundamentals. What do you think it is?
Well, I watched the game. Overthrows. He brutally overthrows the ball. Brutally overthrows the ball.
yeah,
Wesco did miss a play, but I mean, he missed one play. He was the whole offense. Him and Randall also, I did ask that question about wide receiver running back. I like it. I actually like what I'm seeing from Randall. The dude actually can break tackles and get some yards because the run game actually turned on sort of in this last game. The bright spots, like T said, Westco and Randall.
yep.
The defense, there is no celebration after plays, like big hits. There is no game tackling. Like you don't see like at the beginning of the game, like teams are coming for you. They are
Right.
hitting with and Clint and all of these 5 star. Where's the pressure on the quarterback? We're getting no QB pressure at all.
Well,
And the fake USC did last year. It's the same thing Georgia Tech did.
yeah.
Left, center, right towards the end of the game and bust out with a couple of pass plays to kind of the mix it up. But I am I am frustrated defensively with no pressure on any quarterback. I just can't understand with that line how we're getting no pressure on the quarterback and blitzes too. I am missing our boy down in Oklahoma. I don't care, but at least it's adding some excitement when you're getting your ass whooped. Hey, you out of the blue, somebody coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just. I
Uh
mean, yeah, it is. It's. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
uh very little blitz. Now I will say Woodaz and Sammy Brown are two of the better linebackers in the country. But the problem with this is they can't play in space. Uh They struggle against tight ends and running backs to guard them. And one of the things I've seen, saw it in the LSU game, saw it in the game Saturday against Georgia Tech. When they did throw the football, he's not holding the ball. He's getting it out of his hand quick. So if you're getting everything out of the hand quick, and then Clemson is playing man to man, but you're playing man off. So it's not like you're playing bump and run. So you getting the slant. The slant is there all the time. The out is there all the time. Now, one of the things that's hurting Clemson is Khalif Barnes is out. So we're missing your best safety. You're playing with backups at that point. Terrell went out of the game Saturday. He's your best corner. Hampton makes too many mistakes. He holds too much. He pass interference too much. That's what he did in the LSU game. Um, Again, I'm not gonna put
Well, here's one
everything
of the
on
things
the
I did
D.
notice because I didn't see much of the game. Mhm.
Huh?
But one of the big thing I see, one of the things I see is fundamentals, man. You got to turn your head and track the ball. I don't see that. I'm really not seeing that from my DBs. There's no tracking at all.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
I'm not, like I said, I need some pressure in their backfield. We every so often, but Troy, like you got to go off against Troy.
Yeah.
Where are the sacks? Where are the game changing, field altering sacks? That is
Mhm.
not happening. And I don't like I said, I just like I understand the back end, they're out, but the back end also depends on the front end to get some pressure on the quarterback. I mean, it's a unit. If
Yeah.
you're standing
Exactly.
there all day and have to dissect, I mean, you're going to dissect. You know, the offense knows where it's going. Eventually, it's going to break free, and
Hmm.
something is going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing is yeah, and like I said, where is the after a big hit, the college football? You know how you get in gang tackling. We just not coming out with that fire.
I
I
agree.
don't know.
I agree.
I can't want it more than they want it.
The thing about it is, I had said a couple of weeks ago, I thought the Georgia Tech game would be hard just from the standpoint I
Yeah.
knew how they were going to play at home, but I still thought they would have did enough to win the game, and they did do enough to win the game. The problem is, uh, offensively, too much horizontal. Uh, in the passing game. The running game did show up Saturday, so Randall did an excellent job running the game, running the ball. Cade, you can't go tipping in the line if you're gonna run the football. You got to go. And then,
That
um,
turnover, man. That turnover.
other than
Right.
Westco, I don't think he's trying. I mean, where's Tyler Brown? Where's the tight ends? You're not getting the ball to them as efficiently as you should. But I think it's play calling too now. I think that's the biggest thing. Garrett Riley is not doing a great job putting them in position to dominate football games. If everything is a hitch and a curl, and you're not running nothing deep down the middle or running seam routes, you pretty much letting Georgia Tech dictate how they want to play. You already knew you were going to try to run the football, and if they was locking down the receivers. So what was you going to do? Right now, Dabo, yeah, the state is questioning what you're doing because we know you got talent up there, and you should be in a far better place than what you are right now. And it's not looking good. I mean, you clearly, if you don't play better than what you're playing right now, you got some more games on the schedule. You don't want to get to the point where you losing 4 games in a season. And you haven't got to your tough stretch yet. You know, the I never would have thought we would have been 1-2 at the end of September.
No.
It is not looking good. But when you think about it overall, if you look at all of college football right now, nobody looks good.
Well,
Nobody
see, the
looks.
thing they're going to do is because they went to 16, they ain't going to show no mercy for nobody. So the ACC might get one school, and they already, what they did, 2 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, I don't
I
know. Yeah, I think the playoffs is over. I just think that quest right now is pretty much over.
the only well,
Yeah.
Clemson's not gonna make the playoff. I can go on and be upfront about that. Even if they went out, I don't see them just because of the fact you're gonna end up playing in the ACC championship. You're either gonna play Georgia Tech again or you're gonna play Miami. Um, if you went out, you still, if you get in, you one and done. You're gonna be a low seed anyway. You're gonna have to go on the road. You got to play in one of the cold weather cities in the Big Ten because they're gonna get the top seeds. You already know that. And really that's unfair because I'm just gonna be real. Penn State has played the whole month of September, ain't played nobody. Ohio State has played the whole month of September, other than the Texas game, they ain't played nobody. Um, it's set up for them. Um, You look at the SEC. Georgia made a statement on Saturday, as normal, which we knew Kirby was not going to allow them to fall off. But looking at LSU, I got some concerns. The defense is playing great, but I got some offensively. They cannot do anything. We don't know what Bama is yet, just because. And honestly, watching Vanderbilt Saturday night, I mean, Vanderbilt might be the second best team in the SEC right now. Honestly, they ran through Carolina, bro.
What do you think about the Texas Tech Notre Dame game?
Everybody is so
Marcus
man.
messed that up. Marcus messed that up, and they did in the water
right.
too. They not gonna do anything.
Right.
Notre Dame make the playoffs though.
No,
because
I don't think they're gonna get
Notre Dame going to the playoffs.
They don't have anybody left on the schedule worth anything, Dave.
Right.
If they had some
whole
games,
network. I have never seen.
I understand that, but let's be real. Your two biggest games you had, you already.
You know they going to. You know, if they are in the top 16,
they won't be in the top 16.
Notre Dame is going to find a way to put Notre Dame in the playoffs.
But first of all, they don't have a quarterback.
I have never seen them miss out on nothing like that.
That's part of the problem. They don't have a quarterback. Then the other part of the problem is, the defense is not as good as it was last year. This is not. They lost to Texas A&M. This is not a good Texas A&M team, even though they ranked. This is the same Texas A&M that lost 5 in a row at the end of the season last year. That, just because they got a name right now,
it's a bunch up. Everything is bunched up to me. Yeah.
Right now, you don't know. You won't know until probably mid-October if anybody's any good, other than what you already know. And you know Georgia is Georgia. SEC champion is more than likely is going to have 2 losses unless Georgia runs the table. I can't see LSU going undefeated, but just because I still say it, and I'll say it till I can't say it no more. Brian Kelly can't coach. I'm just going to be honest. He's gonna find a way. He's gonna lose a game. You're gonna sit there and you're like, how you lost to them? If Florida wouldn't have gave him 5 interceptions Saturday night, he would have lost that game. Because they wasn't doing that. If DJ could hit the broadside of a mule right now, they would have lost that game Saturday night. Everything is so jumped.
How long do y'all say Lenore's is out for?
Who?
Lenore's, how long he out for?
He had a concussion, so he might be 2 weeks at the most.
I don't. Okay.
What was the final score of that game?
31-7.
38-7, I think.
I know it was a whooping, but
31-7. Okay.
31-7. And they took it light because they could have scored some more. He took the starters out midway fourth quarter. He probably could have scored 2 more touchdowns, bro. They couldn't move. Carolina couldn't move the ball. Without Lenore Sellers, Carolina has 0 offense. They don't have anybody on the outside that can catch passes. Nick Harbor is nothing but a straight line, deep threat. That's all it is. They have no running game. They have no short passing game without Lenore Sellers. The same things we talked about, and I said when they played Virginia Tech, the same stuff that raised up Saturday night against Vanderbilt. If you watch that game Saturday night, Vanderbilt was far more physical, far more innovative than anything, man. The Gamecocks could possibly be in for 5 or 6 losses. Honestly, looking at their schedule, they play Missouri this week.
That could be a loss. That probably is going.
That's probably going to be a loss. And you come back next week and you play Kentucky. And right now, you don't know what Kentucky team gonna show up. Is it gonna be the team that played Ole Miss tight? You still gotta go. You still gotta go to Ole Miss. You still gotta go to LSU. You still got Bama coming here. You still gotta play Oklahoma. I mean, it ain't looking too good right now.
Oklahoma looks rejuvenated. They look new.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Well, you know what? He got an offensive coordinator now. So that is plus, and then Material's playing pretty decent football. So Oklahoma, you already know Brent was gonna have defense, so that wasn't even gonna be a problem. but now he actually got an offense to go along with it. They could be the sleeper to get to the SEC championship game against Georgia. Notice how I left Texas out of that, right?
Yeah, they look good. Yeah, Texas is
done, bro.
Texas.
Texas
they
done.
Yeah,
It's between LSU, Alabama, and Oklahoma who gonna end up playing Georgia for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that's gonna be. And then like I say, Big Ten, Oregon is doing Oregon thing, so we just gotta wait to see how that's gonna play out. Trojans winning right
They
now,
have
but I
Penn State
don't.
this week, right?
Uh
Oregon got Penn State this week.
no, I don't think they
No,
get
next week. I'm sorry, next week.
next week.
27th,
Yeah.
next week.
At Penn State or at Oregon?
That's they're in Oregon. They're in Oregon.
Yeah, that's a loss. Franklin ain't going out there to win that football game. If it would have been at Penn State in a whiteout, I would have said Penn State, but he ain't going out there to win that football game. It's hard to go to Alton, bro.
It's very hard. Yeah.
It's a PO box. That's why.
Penn State.
Yeah, and then you look at it, it's going to be some obscure teams make the playoffs this year. You got to look at a team like Utah, a team like Tulane. They probably going to make the playoff this year. If UCF dominates North Carolina this week, watch them as well. South Florida blew their chance last week against Miami. They could have been in the mix too, but
you think they'll still be in the mix with one loss though? I think.
Well, they got to play. They still got to play. They got to play Tulane, and they still got to play UCF. So that's why I'm kind of like, looking at the schedule for this week coming up. Tomorrow night is an inconsequential game, so we ain't even gonna talk about that. Saturday at noon, you got Texas Tech. Now Texas Tech got a high priced lineup. That's why everybody hyped about them. But they playing Utah at Utah. I think that's gonna be, Utah don't fall off at all. So that's gonna be a tough game. The Tigers play Syracuse. Dabo can play around with Syracuse if he wants.
Exactly.
He can get beat real bad going up there to the Carrier Dome this week, bro. If them boys ain't focused, it's gonna get ugly.
Yep.
Virginia Tech fired Brent Pre last week. Top name on the list is Shane Beamer. I think that's a possibility. Second name on the list is Michael Vick.
I don't think they can pay what's the name is paying them. So I don't know if they'll get Shane Beamer.
And I don't think Michael Vick will leave that early. Dion did it, but I don't know if Michael do it.
Well, the only reason is because it's Mike. And one of the things I heard from the folks up in Virginia, there's only 3 starters on the whole team that is from the state of Virginia right now, and that's not Virginia Tech football. Virginia Tech is great. That Tidewater, Hampton Roads, Norfolk, Richmond, all of them boys was going to Virginia Tech at that point, and if they're not going, it's gonna be it's rough sledding for them at that point. You gotta lock down the border in your state. If you don't lock down the border in your state, it's gonna get ugly.
Speaking of Colorado and Dion, they're probably gonna have a losing season because again this year they suck.
Ain't no problem. They gonna have a losing season.
So if we go back and look at the Colorado 1 year, the first year losing season, second season 9-4, whatever they are. This year is terrible because this team is terrible.
Yes, it is.
And what is the verdict on Dion? I mean, like, what are you, because even at Jackson State, you had the win, but you couldn't really win the one.
Right.
And then you get to Colorado, you lose your last 7 games of your first season. Then you go on, you have your 9-4 season last year, and you're going to lose your last 7 games of this season. Because, like I said, I don't know if you look to you. They're terrible. I mean, the
Oh,
offense.
I watched them against
I
Georgia
mean,
Tech.
they are literally horrible.
Yeah, I watched them against Georgia Tech.
If next year they'll be the same.
The only reason they was in that game, Georgia Tech turned the ball over 5 times in the first half. That's the only reason.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they still won.
There's nothing coming, which means I don't know what to do about next year. So what is the verdict then on Deion? Do we give him another year to coach? And that's the verdict. What is his verdict here?
I say give him another year.
I think Colorado. I think they have to give him another year. I think Colorado has to give him another year just from the standpoint of Deion is got like the 4th or 5th highest contract in the country. And ain't nobody paid that no attention, man. Colorado gave him a big raise. And the expectation was that he was supposed to get them to a different place. Now, I heard a guy say the other day, and it kind of makes sense. You know, Deion has never coached a team where Shadura wasn't his quarterback till this year.
Yep.
When he was in high school, he coached him. When he was at Jackson State, he coached him. When he was at Colorado, he coached him. You don't know if he can coach quarterbacks or not.
No, he can't. I can tell you, looking at this year, he can't. You went from Shaw, the 5-star, who, man, oh my goodness. I think his first 2 passes were interceptions in that first game, right?
They were.
Pulled him in the second string, pulled him. Shaw had a little run in that second game or something. Then they put him in last week. He gets destroyed. He looked shell-shocked. Yeah, I don't know. And you don't have a Travis Hunter either to really flip. I would like to see the verdict because, like I said, this year is going to be a losing season. And if we make the verdict next year, I think next year is just going to be just as worse as this year, or maybe even a little. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what the verdict will be as Deion is the coach. And T, you're right, without Shador as his quarterback.
Right. Well, and see, here's the other part. The what, Kels?
What you say?
You better find that QB coach whisperer then and turn it around.
Ain't got
you got to have somebody in there because I think Clemson might need the same thing. You got to have somebody. You got to have somebody to develop your quarterback. Yeah.
Everybody that supposedly had a quarterback this year, everybody struggled. So it's a lack of quarterback.
Mightily.
Period. It's not just at Colorado. Cade Culver is not playing well. Arch Manning is not playing well. Nussmeier Nussmeier winning, but Nussmeier is not playing well. Ohio State winning because they got athletes. They ain't winning because Julian Sands is showing out.
No.
You got Beck and Castellano.
Colorado, if they don't have any athletes outside of, unless they scheme it like Utah, for instance, right? Right. Old boy's coach. I mean, he schemes they're going to be in it every year. What's his name?
Willingham.
What is his name?
Kyle Willingham.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. And there's nothing for him to go back on the other side of the ball on because the defense is just as bad as the offense. So you got to get one of them units right. And I don't know, like, he got Sapp and all them. I mean, is that just a name? I don't know what the hell Warren Sapp is doing there. He looked homeless. I can tell you that. But besides looking homeless, I don't know what he's actually like doing, coaching them up. And like I said, it's gonna be interesting the verdict on it. Always is like my Mike Tyson verdict theory. Well, it ain't even no theory. I always say Mike Tyson probably is the most overrated boxer of all time. When you go look at who he fought versus, what the hype was around it. And I wonder, is Deion going to be that same thing? Does the hype match the results?
I can automatically say no, just and not being a downer on this. One of the things you have to do, regardless whether the NIL or whatever, you still got to recruit good players. Don't matter how much money you giving them or whatever, you still got to recruit good players. And if you just getting players just because they just want to come play for you, when you stack up against the rest of, I mean, honestly, you in the Big 12, you should be in a better position than if you were in the SEC or the Big 10. Because who leading the Big 12 right now? Iowa State.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Iowa State. So because Kansas State didn't fail completely off, so it was there for you. It was there for you last year, and you saw what happened at the end of the year last year when you could have won the conference. You lost to everybody. You're not gonna be able to stand up to Utah. We already know that. Last year Arizona State ran you out of Tempe. So I mean, you're gonna have to take advantage of, and there's talent. I don't want nobody to say that there's not talent out west, because we know for ourselves there is plenty of talent out west. You just have to get that talent to come to your school.
So let me ask this question, man. It's kind of a twofold. Because we talked about it. It looks like most of the college teams, or most of the landscape of college football, I'm not going to say is in a downward spiral, but it's not what we've been accustomed to seeing in the past. So is it that the coaches really can't coach anymore, or the people that are in position of head coach can't coach, or are the kids don't have the fundamentals and they aren't as coachable? You got some teams that put money out there and they're doing good. You look at a Florida State, that put money in their roster, Miami, and they're doing big things. Well, so far. But you also have story programs, even in the past. Dabo's been able to take teams and run with them. So is there a talent problem, a coachability problem, or is it a lack of people being adept at their jobs? Or is it a combination of all three? Or the
I
NIL
think it's a combination.
Across?
I think it's a combination of three. I think also if you don't have the talent, like Tony, I agree, you got to have the talent. But if you don't have like the live up, like Utah is the prime example I'm gonna use for this, because he coaches them and puts fire in them. So you might not have the talent, but I tell people sometimes talent don't keep it going for four quarters. Because if you stick with talent for about 2 quarters or so, it start to think, why ain't I pulled away yet? And with a Willingham coach team, they're never gonna stop. What they start with in the first quarter is what they're gonna end with in the fourth quarter. And they don't get the best talent either. That is more, so I'm gonna put him on with the Dion. Like, I'm not gonna put him with the SEC and all of that. But every year that man and that school produces a fire ass defense, and they hit, and they come at the ball. So I'm gonna put Dion on that level, and he is not even, to me, successful on the Willingham, the Utah's level. Those places where now you're not getting every 4 and 5 star, but you gonna know when you left a game with Utah, you have played a damn football game. Yeah. And you don't get that with Colorado, nor are you going to always get a winning record. I believe the man never had a losing record. And so that's another thing. Like I said, Dion is going to be 2 out of 3 for losing records instead of winning. And like I said, I was all on this for his side. It's just that now you got to get some wins in. Like Ty Willingham over on here. Like, I remember all on Ty Willingham's side for UW. But you can't go 0-12, man. They gonna you just can't.
Washington.
It ain't no racism in there. Ain't nothing. Dude, you went 0-12 in a major program.
Not
that can't go.
No, bro. People see, younger kids don't realize we know the history of Washington. You know what I mean? When Washington is good, college football is great, because the Huskies have a standing in football. When Washington's good, when Oregon's good, when Southern Cal is good. I got one I watched Saturday night. I'm gonna be honest. Somebody better watch California, because them boys is gonna be a problem, bro. They're gonna be a problem.
And another team, when you play them, you have played a football. Like last year. Yeah. Cal wasn't a bad team last year. I mean, they were losing games by 3 and 5 points, and every year
Right.
when you go look at Cal under when this new dude took over. You know you have played a football game when you leave out with Cal. And if you mess around, you might lose.
Yep.
Mhm.
I watched them against Minnesota Saturday night, and they physically beat up Minnesota. And I'm like, they gonna be a problem. And the thing is, you know, like Dave said, last year they lost some close games that they probably should have won. This year they gonna win them games, just because they didn't been there in that situation. They know what to do, and you know, it still come down. You got to fight for something, man. Georgia had no
Mhm.
business beating Tennessee Saturday. But one thing,
Well, they
Kirby,
broke in the first.
one thing I say about Kirby, Kirby ain't gonna lose now.
I knew once that game went in overtime, it was over.
Bo, when they
Well,
went
I
I
down
think
to
knew
score, I
once
know
they
it was over.
once they could close that out, I'm like, dude, yeah, we were like, yeah, that is over.
But once they scored, I know. I said, "Oh, this over with."
Me too. Once they scored, well, didn't what's the name get the ball first, and they
They
did
got the
that.
ball. They got the ball first, and
Yeah,
then
and missed.
and did absolutely nothing with it.
Nothing with yeah. I
And
knew
I'm
it was
like,
over.
bruh, first of all, Kirby, you mess around, and let Kirby go down the field and score to tie the game up. That was the bad part right there. Then you
I
get
think
down
Kirby
there,
took
you
the
miss the
wheel
field
at the
goal.
beginning of the second half.
Right,
He took that wheel at the beginning of the second half when he ran every single play straight down the field.
right.
That messes with your mental. That messes with your mental. They couldn't
They couldn't
stop
stop it.
You know, we give Kirby flack because, you know, them boys can't stay out of trouble for Nick. But when it come time to play ball, them boys play ball, man. And one thing about them, I never would have thought Gunnar Stockman could throw the football like he did Saturday, but shoot, he went straight down the field on them boy. And I'm like, great
Hey,
day.
that one was that post pattern. That what I'm doing. He split the corner and the safety right there. That was the NFL. That is an NFL throw.
That is a
And I
NFL
never
throw.
thought he had that. Yes, that was an NFL throw.
That solidified my thought right there. I say, oh yeah, Georgia be playing for the national championship because I mean, to that point, I didn't think Georgia had it like they being. And then I saw that. I said, oh, they fine. I ain't got to worry about them. They the least of my worries because it's Kirby. Kirby right now is the dominant coach in all of college football. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
He is
He's the
taking Nick
granddaddy of them
Saban's
all.
spot. Kirby, you got to beat Kirby. If you don't beat Kirby, you ain't going nowhere. So it don't matter.
No.
All right, looking at the college, at the lineup for this week. The big games is that like I say, Clemson plays at Syracuse. They can get beat. Oregon State. This should be a shellacking.
Yes. Oregon State's terrible.
Auburn plays at Oklahoma. This will be Oklahoma's first, I want to say, true test. See how that goes. Low key, this is one I want to look out for. Tulane plays at Ole Miss. Low key,
Tulane is going to win that game.
Tulane can beat
I
Ole
don't
Miss,
even
man.
think that. I think I'm gonna go high key. High key, they gonna win that game.
It's gonna be interesting because I want to see how that go. Because that's gonna put them square in the playoff picture at that point if they win that game. The only other big game we got the rest of Saturday. Saturday's another kind of weak schedule. The Gamecocks go to Missouri to play the Tigers in Missouri with no Lenore Sellers. I pretty much feel like that's a lost cause for them. The other big game Saturday night, Miami plays Florida. Uh, People are heaping a lot of praise on Miami. I don't think Miami is that great just because I know Miami will lose a game they ain't got no business losing. I just know how they are. Until they prove it, this is not 2001 Miami Hurricanes. Okay. I got to see it first, so they're going to have to prove it. Illinois plays Indiana. Illinois ought to beat the snot out of Indiana. UW plays Washington State this week.
Maybe though.
Who?
They ain't the Apple Cup no more.
No, it ain't the Apple Cup because it's too early. Arizona
too
State
early.
plays
It didn't
Baylor.
destroy that. Oh my man, this whole realignment.
Yeah, it has screwed up everything. Colorado plays Wyoming. If Wyoming goes into Boulder and beats Colorado, Dion might not make it through the year. Honestly, Wyoming. This is not Josh Allen, Wyoming. Okay, and then Michigan State going out
He
to
need to get a
LA.
stance. He'll be all right for the year.
Yeah, Michigan State going out to LA to play the Trojans, and that's 11 o'clock on Fox. So college is a little down this week. And there's been the other thing, we've had 3 straight weeks where there haven't been really a monster game um, in college football, and that's highly unusual because normally we should be, you might get one week where there ain't a whole lot of big games, but this is 3 straight weeks of where there's no marquee games, and this is not a good look for college right now.
Once they all start playing each other, they got to get in the conference play for you to get back into them big games. Because the outer conference, they did that week 1. I don't think you're going to have anymore. The last one would have been Alabama, Wisconsin, right? I don't think you're going to have another, and that's not such a big, but I think that's probably that's it till they get in conference.
That's it. Once you get in conference, everybody is in late October and in November. So you getting the Big Ten. You won't get any good games in the Big Ten until Penn State plays Oregon and plays Ohio State. Michigan plays Nebraska on Saturday. I have nothing for that game. So I mean, it's just like whatever. It's another game on the schedule right now. So that's just how bad it is. All right, so let's move to the NFL. So, first 2 weeks of the season, see some good things, see some bad things, see some things we need to talk about. Dave, I'm gonna let you start it off because your Bucs are 2-0, and Baker Mayfield, look,
by the hair,
bruh,
by the hair, there, chin.
Yeah, but
a missed field goal.
But the game Saturday, the game Monday night, bruh. I mean, you just gonna let them go down the field in 2 minutes, bruh.
And then you're there. You do that. Baker has his fumble. Then he looks out of the game. The running game was the spotlight. Could have folded the game with old boy missing. He's gonna be a star. I like I can't pronounce his name. The wide receiver from Ohio State.
Wide receiver.
Azubuike, yes. Yeah. But then he missed that touchdown. So 2-0 by the hair of their chin. But I do have to say, my other thing is coming into play too. My barrel not making it to week 6. And Stroud, CJ peaked his
he is terrible. He is terrible.
Yes. The way he was missing something like that one on the tight end by the goal line on that tight end out. He peaked his
rookie year. He was way ahead of schedule because he looked terrible Monday night. Yeah. And it wasn't like y'all was doing anything exotic. No. I mean, he could not complete a pass. And when they got down there and they finally scored on a running play, but when they finally scored, I'm like, Greg, and they got players. That's what I don't understand. They got players, and it's like he was lost.
And their defense, one thing they got to be careful about, they pursue so hard that if you have a kind of good running game, they'll run right by you.
Yeah.
That's one thing that good rushers sometimes do. Like that's what they were doing to White and to Bucky. They were running right by them when they could have, if they would have just kind of held, but they're going so hard on the pursuit. So they're gonna have to find a way as they get in the season to temper that wanting to go always upfield. And then folks with, like I said, with a decent running game, they're just going to run past you at that point.
Well, now you brought up a good point. Now, this is one of the things that early on this year, I'm glad to see teams take advantage of. They actually running the football, man. And I'm pleasantly surprised at a lot of football teams right now running the football and acting like, running the ball matters, because it is making a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
The big thing for y'all, other than Baker gonna Baker. You already know that. He gonna get beside himself. He gonna get beside himself, and he gonna make a play, and you're gonna be like, Baker, why? He that's how you watch Baker Mayfield. Sometimes you be like, man, that's a great pass. Then next thing you're like, Baker,
and
why?
Then he spaz out for you.
He does some of the craziness, and I'm like, why are you doing
then he'll
this?
spaz out for you and get that first down in that critical situation.
Right.
When he got flipped over, because that really was that won the game. Yeah. Baker is bad. And you live on a roller coaster with Baker. You live on a roller coaster.
Yeah, you can't never be comfortable with him, because you already know he gonna do something. I mean, he is a walking black cat. That's what he is, because it's something gonna happen.
Yes. Yep.
I have yet to see him play a clean football game in all the years he's been playing. He's gonna make a mistake at some point, and you're like, what are you doing? But everybody give him. I mean, he winning football games, and he keeping y'all keeping y'all where y'all need to be. Now, I'm gonna say this here, and I saw something Sunday night, and I'm really. The Falcons got a defense now, y'all.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
And they hit hard.
Yes, they do.
The Falcons got a defense, though, and I'm gonna tell you what, they got one of the smoothest running backs you ever want. That boy, bro, he is so smooth. Bijan, whatever, Bijan, whatever you want to call it. That boy is so smooth, bro.
Bijan Mustard.
He like he floating, man. And I'm like, great.
I'm glad the Bucs get him.
Man,
they get to play the joke of the NFL this week. Yeah.
He runs some of the best runs. And I mean, if you don't put a hand on him now, he gone. That's one thing about him. He 10, 15 yards if you don't touch him, because once he get past the linebackers, he gone. I'm pleasantly surprised at what the Falcons doing. Penix and Flores was lighting him up, but he hung in there. Hey, that's all you can ask your quarterback to do, man. Hang in there. Kyle Pitts making plays, man. I can't believe it.
The resurgence of Kyle Pitts. The only thing I would say about the Falcons, they got to find the end zone.
Yes, they
got to find the end zone.
They finally got it, man. I'm pleasantly surprised at them right now. The other thing, man, the Packers look unstoppable right now, bro.
Yeah,
offensively and defensively. They pretty much doing what they want to do.
I text you. I looked at podcast Parsons. Never paid attention to him. Well, when I did, he never really looked like. But man, did he look like he was shot out of a cannon?
Whoa.
I mean, two cats waiting for him. He split both of them. Yeah, he was on a mission.
Continues.
Oh my goodness, man.
That was my whole thing last year. I mean, the years he was there, all the other antics aside, he's getting double teamed, he's getting held. They're not calling half of the stuff that he gets held for, but he's still finding the quarterback. And Jerry let that walk.
Bruh, he right now, they're young anyway, so they don't know no better. And then they playing with fire, bruh. They look dangerous. Right now, I watched them Thursday night. The way they handle the Commanders, I'm like, okay, they ain't playing. They dead serious right now. And then we missed talking about the first game. The way they put that whooping on Detroit, I'm like, yeah, had your coach crying, because they look stank, man. And I ain't even gonna say they look good last week because they're playing the Bears just because. So the Bears are in trouble, okay?
And will we stop saying that the Bears might be good at the beginning of the season? Please, let's stop with that. They are the Bears. They're gonna be the Bears. Caleb, like I said, he is Justin Fields, right below, right wherever you want to put him. They're about the same. Yeah, they are. I think Minnesota regretting letting Sam Darnold walk.
because the Falcons
he found his room.
they made JJ McCarthy look terrible Sunday night. So I mean, you wasting talent on Minnesota. The Packers ought to win the North without any problem. The question is going to be low key. Nobody's talking about this, but the Cardinals are 2-0, and ain't nobody talking about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're talking about Kyler because he took the picture with Vic Jersey in the
I
pit bull. So
understand.
yeah, they're talking about him.
Yeah, but that's the only thing you can say because right now they 2-0 and ain't nobody talking about them and they gonna mess around and they gonna dominate now because they got a defense and offensively if you can't contain Kyler in the pocket you're gonna get beat because he is awesome.
Yeah.
He is definitely awesome. Now let's talk about the star. How you feel, Kelsey? Are y'all feeling good about where y'all at, or should there be concern?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. All right, I'm gonna run through some stats here. It's only 2 weeks, but I'm gonna run through some stats. Let's start with the offense. Passing offense, Cowboys are ranked number 7 in the league. Rushing offense, Cowboys are number 11, 127 yards a game. Scoring offense, Cowboys are number 5. They average 30 points a game. Right? Red zone offense, Cowboys are 83.3%. Only being beat by the Eagles when they get in the red zone. 100% Bears, 100%. Surprisingly. All right, third down offense.
It should
Cowboys
be like attempts for the Bears.
52%. Well, yeah, they only get like once or twice. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But third down efficiency, Cowboys at 52%. So total offense, the Cowboys are ranked third. Now let's go back and look at the defense here, because I can't make this stuff up. Let me make sure I got my stats right. All right, here we go.
All of it's to one game though, but go ahead.
Third down defense, Cowboys dead last.
Oh Lord.
Red zone defense, Cowboys
Dead
11. Scoring defense, Cowboys 27. Rushing defense, Cowboys 23rd. Passing defense, Cowboys 30.
Yeah, that all for one
Total
game.
defense, Cowboys 30. Now, not to be outdone, let's go back and let's look at this now. We traded away one player. One player at only.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run this down. Total defense, Packers, number 3. Passing defense, Packers, number 10. Rushing defense, Packers, number 2.
Yeah.
Scoring defense, Packers, they are number 4. Red zone defense, Packers, 40%. They are number, number 6. It's only 2 weeks, but I got to call it.
Hey, Houston made the Bucs got to have the best red zone defense.
Right.
They stopped 3-4 and 1. Houston made the Bucs go platinum.
CJ Stroud didn't like the black end zone because he couldn't get in it if he wanted to.
Oh man, my bad, Kels. Go ahead, man.
No, this Packers. Let's look at this rushing defense because Jerry said we got better in the run. Packers only allowed 48.5 yards a game. Cowboys they get 21 yards on the ground per game and 4 touchdowns allowed. The most rushing touchdowns outside of the Steelers and the Giants so far. So
and I ain't got no defense.
Exactly. If that get hurt, we done.
Look at Bo. Scatterboo had it coming out for us.
We got to score. We made Russell Wilson look like
Russ looked like prime Seattle Russ, Bo. Y'all. If Russ wouldn't have got full of himself and throwed the ball up at the end of the game, y'all.
See, that's the thing. I was at some point thinking we were looking at 2025 NFL Madden because he was just throwing stuff up. They were running on it. You don't know where these cats were coming from. There's cats and stuff. Russell just threw it up. Somebody went and got it. Nobody was close. I mean, if he hadn't got, like you said, too full of himself right at the end, the game would have been over a long time ago.
Whoa. Trayvon Diggs can't cover nobody.
No.
Nobody.
The only thing that was good about that game is that Pickens didn't do a wrestling move. He actually made some plays. And we got Brandon off. That's the only 2 good things about that game. The only 2. And, Devontae Williams so far. He hasn't started coughing stuff up yet. So we're gonna ride that while
well, my centers will cough it up for you in a heartbeat. So,
exactly. But we have
so
nothing good. I don't even
knowing
know
what you
why.
know right
Well, we
now,
had
do
a
you
bad
feel
team
like
now.
y'all can make the playoffs?
17 and we going to Galaxy. Like Charles Barkley said, we going to Galaxy. We're not going anywhere.
Well, but really, you think about it. We don't know what's going on with old boy, the Commanders, the quarterback.
He out.
Right?
He probably gonna be out.
That's true.
Yep, exactly. The Giants, you've
There.
already won one. You just got to close it out. That's when the Giants are going to be in disarray by the time y'all play them again.
The Giants
because
are done.
It's Russell Wilson and something don't happen. Yeah. So, you may be able to sneak in off of. So who y'all play next?
The Cowboys play. They play the Bears. So that should be a victory. That should be a victory.
Yeah, that's a win.
And then we run it, but after that we run it at Buzzsaw, the Packers.
Oh yeah. Y'all gotta go to Lambeau. Y'all gotta go to Lambeau, or they come to y'all.
No, they come to the Star. But that's a home game.
That's still a loss. That's still a loss. Because the Packers gonna run the football. Y'all can't stop the run for Nick.
Dak won't make it out the game.
Oh man, you gonna put the Joe Burrow on him again, bro?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's like I'm gonna do a Jerry, the player. He don't say no the player has a history of injury. Man, Jerry is a straight clown, man.
Yeah.
The player has a history of injury, and I think he will be under fire for that whole game.
Oh yeah. Michael gonna put on a show for that game.
Exactly.
He knows it too. He knows them too well. He knows every strength, every weakness. That's a scrimmage for him. That's a scrimmage game.
And then really the Packers have been giving y'all trouble the last few years anyway, just because y'all can't do nothing with them because the Packers have been embarrassing y'all the last few years.
But you got to think about it like this too. They got to act. I think the run game is actually stronger with Josh Jacobs versus Aaron Jones.
Yeah, it is.
So it's gonna be a fun, well, not fun for us. It's gonna be a fun day for the Packers.
Yeah.
Barring a miracle, there's no way we walk away with that.
Who y'all backup quarterback?
There's no way. Joe Milton.
Get Joe Milton.
Oh God. Oh Lord, y'all in trouble. God.
Hey,
Joe Milton. Well, the Cooper Rush.
They don't have Joe getting reps with the first team. I am not trying to wish, but man, that pass rush is coming, and I don't know if the player is going to be able to actually finish that whole game right there.
Yeah, because I think they've been okay holding court for that, but this is a whole different level.
Yes.
I mean, you got the rest of the NFL, then you got the Packers.
Well,
I mean, who you gonna double team? You can't.
Well, that's why I fought the Giants Sunday, because the Giants got 4 legitimate pass rushes. But why you play a whole game where all of them ain't on the field at the same time? They went the whole game where all of them was not on the field at the same time, man. And I'm like, what do you have them for? If you're not gonna play all 4 of them at the same time. Well, Dabo ain't no coach, man. Dabo ain't no coach. We already know that. I mean, he's already proven that because of the fact. Look at Daniel Jones, man. Daniel Jones look like a superstar in Indianapolis right now. They ain't punted yet, bro.
Just need an opportunity.
They ain't punted. How you done played 2 games and they ain't punted? This ain't college. They playing above their head, man. And then when you look at the rest of the league, well, speaking of the rest of the league, are the Chiefs?
Let's back that up for a second. Hold up before you get there. You just said something when you said the coach. You know that offense at number 2 and defense at top 5.
Well, the Colts defense has been good the last few years. Their problem was they ain't had no quarterback. That was what was getting them in trouble.
Top 2 in offense now.
They ain't had no quarterback.
445 yards a game.
Yeah.
445 yards a game.
That was their biggest issue the last few years. They ain't had no quarterback. If they had a quarterback, maybe they could have won. I mean, right now they look like the odds-on favorite to win the South because after what we saw Monday night with Houston dead. Defense the only thing saving them.
Jacksonville
is terrible. You know, they already fighting and fussing in Jacksonville, so I mean, they ought to win the South. Harbaugh got the Chargers playing, you know, to their ability. The Chiefs is losing. Travis Kelce is dead.
Are we really concerned about the Chiefs stuff? Is
Yeah.
it time to worry about them?
Yeah, you might want to be concerned now. Yeah,
They don't look sane. They aren't as fearful. And I think I got to see when Worthy comes back. They need somebody to get that feel or that top off. It's too much.
they can't run the
Yeah,
football.
I don't know.
They can't run the football.
They need a running back.
Yeah, that's their biggest
And they
problem.
can't run the football.
They
And
cannot
their
run the
best
football.
running back is their quarterback.
That is true.
Right. And he don't need to be running. But that's the only thing they got.
And so
That's the only thing they got going for them right now. You know? And then you got to figure you already behind the 8 ball. You 0-2. And your schedule ain't getting lighter now. It's going to get worse. So, I mean.
So is it just the offense or they have weaknesses on the defense too? Because it looks like they're pretty much holding court, but offensively they just can't get it going. They only gave up what, 20 points?
They only gave up 20 points.
13?
They only gave up 20 points, and they gave up right at 200 yards. So defense doing what they're supposed to do, but what's happening right now is they have you ain't afraid of them at all. You know, with Worthy not being there and Rice not being there, I mean, you can play. I mean, Travis Kelce can't hurt you no more, man. He washed. You know, unless he finds somebody else.
He's longer than two. So.
Who?
Yeah. Travis 34.
Yeah, but still,
so
I mean, he was washed last year. I mean, he wasn't doing nothing last year. You know, they've invested a whole lot in that team, but they hadn't invested in the places that they need to be invested in.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I look human. Very human.
Somebody brought this up. Say since Joe Burrow then went down, go get T. Higgins. They don't need him.
Oh, he just saying what?
Yeah, but he can fit with them, but they don't need him. The Bengals ain't going nowhere. Even if Burrow was healthy, the Bengals ain't going nowhere.
And if he comes back, depending on when he comes back. Well,
let's get him back.
Yeah, so T, that is actually a good trade.
I would get rid of him, get you some picks or get something for him because of the fact, here go the thing. What's the sense in having two race cars and you ain't got nobody to give them the ball? You keep Chase, but they not going nowhere. They had their shot when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Rams. They ain't getting that shot no more, man. It's Cincinnati. Cincinnati and Cleveland ain't going nowhere. Okay. Mike Tomlin will figure out a way to win 10 games and get in the playoffs. Cincinnati will not figure out a way to win 10 games and get in the playoffs. I can tell you that right now.
Is he going to be able to do that with Aaron?
No, because they stink, man. They can't. Look here. The thing that the Steelers have always prided themselves on, they can't do right now. They can't cover nobody. I told y'all when they got Jalen Ramsey, I said Jalen Ramsey's nickname is Toast. And if you ask me, it's burnt toast because that's all he is. Cooper Kupp and them were eating him up Sunday. I'm like,
he got that interception, he was feeling himself. After that,
bro, ain't did nothing. Them boys ate him up. But I knew that was gonna happen anyway. He hadn't covered nobody in years, man. He can't cover. Him and Darius Slay. What make you go get two fellas that can't cover nobody? Why you think the Eagles got rid of Slay? Because Slay couldn't cover nobody.
Slay about 41 for he Chance Newman now, right?
He older than me. He been playing forever. What you expect? I'm like, wait, you got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick for them two clowns, bro. I'm like, what sense that made? I got an aging roster. And then they here go the thing. You running the football, we probably dead last against run defense right now because of the fact we can't stop nobody, Bo.
Yeah, nobody. Slay 34, 35, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Look, they're too old to be playing corner, Bo. When you 34, 35, you need to transition to safety. So you ain't got to run, but so
Yeah.
Yeah, he 34. He'll be 35. Yeah, he gonna be 35 by the end of the season.
but we signed him like he a frontline cornerback. Come on, man. Look at I already say I'm not my Steelers stuff still up here in the house here, but I'm not on this bandwagon and rah oh we this and when we beat the Jets, I said it myself. I'm like, oh well, they won. Jets should have beat them. Honestly, Jets should have beat them. You know, and I have no sympathy for Mike because once Mike get fired this time, that's on him because you asked for this. This is what you asked for. Okay, they have not been playing Steeler football in the last 10 years. Steeler football, you're supposed to be knocking people out regardless. You ain't trying to do that. Okay, all right.
Ryan Troy and James Harrison not there no more.
I know that. Same thing wrong with the Ravens right now. Ray and Ed ain't back there. Why you think the Ravens losing? All this flashy offense.
Hold up, I gotta say this. Y'all hardest hitting player. Y'all hardest hitting player was Hines Ward.
I know that.
Hines was the hardest hitting player y'all had.
Kelsey, Hines Ward been at the league 10 years,
Hey.
bro. Like I say, we don't have nothing. There is nothing in Pittsburgh right now to make you feel like, oh, it's going to get better. No, it's not going to get better. We going to make the playoffs just because Mike
So who's your running back?
hard-headed that he going to make the playoffs. But honestly, we ain't going nowhere.
Is the salary cap in good shape?
Yeah, we don't spend no money on nobody.
He never really hit that.
We don't spend no money on
Yeah,
nobody.
we never
Everybody
did it.
good. Everybody good. We got Sassy playing wide receiver, and ain't gonna be able to give him the football, and then ain't got no running game. We run 62 yards, 62 yards a game. Who you gonna beat with 62 yards a game, bro? It's Pee Wee League teams and get 62 yards on one drive. You can't get but 62 yards one game. You ain't gonna win nobody like that. Only thing make us look good is the Panthers. And they pathetic.
Ouch.
I said it and I meant it. So let's look at the schedule going forward for this week, folks.
And all of them who had high hopes for the Panthers this year.
Look here, they didn't peed in my Kool-Aid. I'm done. I'm done. I thought they were gonna do some defense stinks, offense stinker. So in other words, they stink.
Let's give it a turn around.
Nah, never that. Only way it's gonna turn around, we get 12 Cam Newton clones to come back. Other than that, Panthers ain't going nowhere, bro. Bad franchise. All right, Thursday night, you got Dolphins versus Buffalo. We already know this Mike McDaniel probably last stand. He probably ain't gonna make it past this game, especially if Buffalo blow him out.
Miami went down here quick.
Very with the quickness. You're right.
You know, I said last year they should have made the move. The guy Kyler Murray, that probably could have saved them, but no, you wanted to keep Tua. Okay. Sunday, 1:00 games. You got Bengals versus Vikings. This would have been a bigger game if everybody was healthy, but since everybody hurt, you don't know where this gonna fall at right now.
Both quarterbacks out, so yep.
Yeah, this is gonna be an ugly game Sunday. Steelers play at the Patriots. Typically, when we go to New England, we don't play well anyway, so I ain't got high hopes for this one either. Colts play the Titans. Colts probably going to 3-0. Cam Ward ain't got no help, so Titans just gonna, they getting ready to get either the first or second pick next year too. So, they ain't got no help. Texans play at the Jaguars. This is really. I thought the Jaguars were 0-2. Jaguars actually 1-1. Oh,
Yeah,
they lost last week.
Yeah, Texans got to avoid going 0-3, so that's going to be the big thing. The Falcons play the Panthers in Charlotte on Sunday. Falcons ought to win this big. I can't see the Panthers putting up any resistance. The big game, the big early game Sunday is the Rams and the Eagles. Looking forward to that just to see What Ram team gonna show up?
I think the Rams are gonna beat the Eagles. So I
I,
think if the Eagles don't fix some of the issues that they have, Rams gonna beat.
I'm a little up in the air on that one. I kind of think the Eagles gonna win it, but then it wouldn't shock me if the Rams came in there and won that game though.
Rams should have beat them last time.
Yeah, in the snow. Jets playing the Buccaneers down in Tampa. That's their home opener. So this ought to be Tampa ought to dominate this game because
10-9,
No Justin
Tyrod
Fields.
Taylor is starting for the Jets. So
10-9.
Yeah, no.
10-9.
Yeah, 10-9.
A classic score 10-9.
10-9.
Raiders are coming to DC to play the Commanders. Raiders low key can win this game just because
That might be a good
with
game.
Jaden Daniels not playing.
Yep.
The Raiders are gonna be like how Seattle was toward the end. The games you think they supposed to lose, they win. The games they supposed to win, they lose. The Packers are playing the Browns, which this could get ugly. This could get ugly.
The Browns got the number one defense. So
who?
Browns got number one defense. So Browns.
Only because they shut down Cincinnati the first game. The Browns is still the Browns, bro.
Yeah, they still got to put up.
Yeah. Denver plays the Chargers. It'd be interesting to see how that game goes.
Yeah, that'll be good.
The Saints are coming up there with you, Dave. They playing the Seahawks. Saints stink. I hope they ain't tanking for Arch because you don't want that.
I don't think nobody tanking for Arch anymore.
But who you gonna get?
Okay, either.
I think you go get one of them linemen, like you should be doing anyway.
Yeah, like you should be doing. You right.
Linemen. Yep.
The Cardinals play the 49ers. Both of them are 2-0. Purdy's not playing, so I'm out. Even if Purdy was playing, I'm kind of leaning against the Cardinals on this. If the Cardinals go 3-0, Cardinals take control of the West at this point.
Wait, San Francisco? I thought they lost one.
They 2-0. They won the first game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they won the first game. They 2-0. The big game Sunday afternoon, Cowboys Bears, only because now Cowboys, you cannot go out here and fumble around and lose this football game.
They won't.
I hope
the only thing that helps is the Bears have no offense, and that helps our defense.
Yeah, but if the Bears come out there and attempt to run the football, they could probably beat the Cowboys. Now, if you come out there and want to throw the ball, that's where you're going to mess up. But if you run the ball, you can beat the Cowboys.
They run the football backwards.
Now, I want to know, somebody need to talk to Goodell about this. Why are the Chiefs playing the Giants Sunday night?
Big market.
It don't matter, bro. Why are the Chiefs playing the Giants Sunday night?
Well, yeah. Yeah, the Giants would always play at 1 o'clock. They shouldn't play at 4 o'clock. They should play at 1 o'clock.
Should be a flex game, but they can't flex this early.
They can't. It's too early to flex. But whoever thought this was a good idea to put the Chiefs and the Giants on? This is terrible. 2 0-2 teams on Sunday night. This ought to be well worth it. And then the Monday night game, the Lions versus the Ravens.
Somebody got to win.
Yeah, somebody got to win. Monday night we got Lions Ravens. Now that's going to be an interesting game just from the standpoint Ravens need to show something. Lions need to show something. Because if the Lions come out and get blowed out,
Lions won't show.
That dynasty is gone.
They will.
I believe it's gone anyway, but if they come out and get blowed out, I believe it's gone. And then,
it was gone last year.
Then the Ravens.
They're both 1-1.
Yeah, but then the Ravens, something wrong with the Ravens. They not playing Raven football. I just put it like that. So that
the best team that I've seen to start the season in this limited window is Buffalo for now. Very limited window though.
Yeah.
We got 2 games, but the best team that I've seen so far is Buffalo.
I would say the two best I've watched has been Buffalo and Green Bay. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm not taking
Yeah,
anything from the
Green,
Packers right now.
Green Bay.
If Jordan Love don't turn the football over, the Packers is dangerous, bro. He
Yeah,
got
they're
he
dangerous.
got legitimate
Mhm.
8-9 weapons on offense,
Yeah.
legitimate, and then that defense they play like they don't care. They gonna hurt somebody, bro. And your boy Michael leading the charge. All right,
Yeah,
let's
of
let's
course.
finish up. Let's talk about the fight last Saturday night. Dave,
Man.
hit us with the analysis, baby.
Yeah. See, the one good thing about living on the West Coast, the stuff go off. You ain't got to be up late. Like for y'all, that probably was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
yeah, we
Mhm.
actually go to bed at a decent time. Man, in the beginning, you saw like you know how they kept talking about the size difference, but it
Mhm.
really wasn't once you saw it. Canelo just got a big ass neck. That I mean, and it makes him look bigger than what he is. But once Bud felt it and like, man, this ain't really hurting me. When that 7th round, when he went into the middle of the ring and said, "Come on, since they say you like the brawl, let's do this." That's when I knew the fight was over. When he went to the middle of the ring and said, "They say you box, let's do your game since that's what." But he put on he did to him actually. If anybody remembers the Floyd Mayweather Canelo fight, where Canelo
Mhm.
would try, but then Floyd would pop him with the jab, that head snap. He was and the reach, he had I think a 4-inch reach advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he was coming in, Bud has the 4. He was popping him with that jab, and then did that slide around. And see, Canelo has to do what I call with the Mike Tyson, where he does that hit and then slides over.
Mhm.
Bud was popping him with that jab, so he couldn't hit that slide. And then Bud started getting off them combinations. And if he did not, and it was an accidental headbutt. That was not. If that accidental headbutt didn't happen in the 7th, Canelo was literally just leaning on Bud when he got, when he got going in that thing, and then the bell happened. But man, Bud they said it couldn't be done, and he did it. And my thing, he is my one. I got a 1A and 1B. Sugar Ray Leonard is 1A. That rose him up to my 1B. And the reason why I like them too. And Bud is the only fighter that can fight mad. Once you make that cat
Mhm.
mad, when that little thing happened, with the headbutt, then I knew the fight. I don't know what it is, but he fights mad. And once he gets mad, it's over. And what separates them two in the middleweight, welterweight from Floyd, Sugar Ray and Bud try to knock you out. They are going
Mhm.
for the fight. Floyd's the
Right.
best defensive fight I've ever seen. And the name of the game is to not get hit. But Floyd ain't doing. Sugar Ray and them are the same, but man, if they got the opportunity to lay some combos on you and knock you out,
Yeah.
what Martin say? I called up Sugar Ray. They called you to get hit, man. When
Yeah.
when he dropped
Yeah.
that,
Uh-huh.
so he
Yeah.
rose up to 1B to me because he went up true. He beat a dude who has fought heavyweight and light heavyweight,
Yeah.
felt the power, and then fought his fight. Man, that was a master class. That was a beautiful master class. I was waiting for the Amir Khan thing to happen because what always scared me, I watched the Canelo Amir Khan fight for 4 rounds. Amir, he got that speed, and then Canelo hit him in the side of the head, and he dropped him, and Amir ain't never woke up, I don't think.
Well, it was refreshing for one to see a boxing match, a true boxing match, because we've been deprived of true great boxing for so long. When you see true boxing, it takes you, to a different place because we grew up, in the 70s and 80s when boxing was still, huge, and we had superstars at every weight class, and we knew true boxers. I used to love when Sports World came on and you get to fight Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, when he telling you about who these up and coming fighters was at the time, and you saw him grow to the point. But Canelo is one of the great fighters of this generation. But he got humbled Saturday night.
And hats off to Canelo too, because he didn't have to have this fight.
No,
He
he
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to have
do it.
that fight. No.
And that's my ode to Canelo. This fight was for Bud's legacy, not for Canelo. Like you said, Canelo is straight. Hats off to Canelo for even giving Bud this opportunity for this fight.
Right.
And that's one thing I want to say. He fights like great, one of the great fighters of our generation, like you said, T. And for him to open up the door, to have that opportunity, give that opportunity to Bud, my hat's off to Canelo, because he never had to do this.
Right.
He didn't need this. Yep.
Right. You know, most cats now don't even want to take the loss no more. Yep. And he gave him an opportunity. And now I didn't think, just because of the jump in weight, I didn't think Bud was going to be able to hang at 168. But Bud proved clearly, he can do 168. The thing I didn't like, you know, is some folks talking about, oh man, this fight was fixed. No, it wasn't, bro. That fella actually beat that man. That fella actually beat that man. You know how you know. I know. Look at you. You got this young crowd that don't know boxing.
I know. Cats don't read. Everything is fixed.
You know,
and because they gotta go do some research about it, it's a TikTok thing.
You know what I'm saying? They don't understand the pure sweet science of boxing. You know, they didn't see.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think Dave touched on it earlier. I mean, they don't understand. Crawford, when he gets mad, he's a better fighter. That's his safe play. He's comfortable being mad. If you listen to his story, how he grew up, even the interviews he did,
his mom,
man, he's angry. I mean, he has a straight face. It's all about his business. So you know, he channels that. And that's how he does what he does. That's his safe play.
Him. Remember, Aram dropped him because he said he wasn't a big enough draw.
Exactly.
Aram top rank, whatever one he dropped him. Okay, wasn't a big enough draw. Like you said, because he all about his business. He ain't out there, you know, doing all of that crazy stuff. And like I said, this is the culmination of a man that put in his work, did it the right way, and here you go. Yeah, and like T said,
he's the people's champ.
Yeah, I mean,
if ever doesn't mean he's the people's champ.
I mean, right now, I mean, he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world, and nobody else can lay claim to that because of the fact, ain't nobody else fought the people that he done fought and won. Nobody else can lay claim to that. You know what I'm saying? The only other person that could have did that. Now, if Canelo would have won that game, I mean, you already knew his spot was cemented anyway. Everybody already knew what he was. Now, you know, I hope a lot of kids get back into boxing and get out of MMA. Just from the standpoint, MMA is a niche sport still. Even after all these years, it's still a niche sport. It's never going to take the place of boxing
because you don't have a star. And once the person they start losing, and then you can't cling. Like once John Bones retired, and
that's it.
The next one was supposed to be Israel, but he started losing.
He started losing.
They start, and so you don't have nobody you can cling to really grow up with and then watch. And you know how they do. Once they lose 2 or 3, you start going down. You don't ever So
you ain't getting back up. Once you get to that point, and see the thing about, you know, like I say, because you don't have the consistency. It used to be if you was middleweight champion of the world, you fought 3 times in a year. You had a spring match, a summer match, and one in the fall. That was your 3 times, and you had 3 major contenders during that period of time. You know, it has gotten so far away from that now, just because one, it's some good boxers out there. It's just you don't know nothing about them because they don't put it on like it used to. You know, everything now is UFC. But I mean, to see somebody truly box, that's still the prettiest thing in the world to me. You know, to see.
I don't know how much you're going to be seeing in UFC because now with the new deal.
But the new deal, it ain't be like it was.
And it won't be on ESPN anymore. It moves over to CBS Paramount.
Yeah.
So, and then ESPN is they're reaffirming their commitment to boxing. So Friday night
night fights coming back.
Remember Friday night fight? That's coming back. Yeah. Because when they got like I said, Paramount paid $7 billion to get UFC over to Paramount Plus and CBS. So ESPN is gonna fill that void with a new commitment to boxing. So Friday Night Fights is coming back.
Okay, if you're gonna do Friday night fights, hey, there you go right there. Because remember when we was growing up, HBO would always have the big fight either Friday night or Saturday night, and wasn't pay-per-view at that point. So you got a chance to see these cats come up and hone their craft and get to the point where, okay, yeah, this means something.
And every 2 weeks, it's going to be on ABC too. So you don't even need an antenna. Like I said, all you need is and that's why I like the new deals, because it's bringing stuff back. They call it terrestrial TV. Back to like the NBA games are now back on NBC.
Right.
All you need ABC, the ESPN app and partnership. You're getting Monday Night Football back. And now the Paramount deal also is going to put UFC on CBS. So now with everything kind of going back, you actually can, if you buy the ESPN app package for the year, right, and get an antenna, you will have everything.
Yeah.
That's all. You don't even need to pay. The ESPN app has, if people know that an antenna still, it can understand the amount of channels you can get with an antenna. But if you take the antenna and you pay for an ESPN app, you should not be paying for cable anymore.
Right.
Unless there's the catch unless the swamp people really is your interest, or lizard lick toe really catches you for a spin.
So Atlanta, shoot them. Hey man.
Or the DuckTales, the duck people. If the DuckTales people, unless they do something that make you wiggle. Yeah, I don't know why you would do it, because Roku and them even got channels. Now, Pluto, they got all of these things. I don't know why people paying for cable TV no more.
No,
Samsung TV's got swamp people, so I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, because now as long as you got internet, you can watch what you want. You know what I'm saying? So that's
you want.
That's the biggest thing. So that'll be a good thing to get everybody.
Oh, and I gotta drop this.
The what?
Yeah, I like that coming back.
Oh yeah.
No, I said I gotta drop in chat. Yeah. No, I got a link I gotta send y'all.
Okay. All right. But the other thing is, if we getting boxing back to regular, because that's how we grew up. Because you would see boxing Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoons, things like that on NBC, on ABC. If we bring back Wide World of Sports, oh my God, that's how we saw everything. You get heavyweight fights. That's why we ain't got no heavyweights now, because ain't nobody, nobody kept with the sweet science. But if you can bring it back, that's what's gonna make it so much better, so much better.
Yeah.
All right. And before we get off, Dave, your boy up in Seattle, congratulations to him. Cal Raleigh, outstanding season, man.
Oh man,
outstanding.
That dude, man.
Yeah.
This is one for the ages. Because he passed King Griffin last night, right?
Passed Griffin last night. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Man.
I give him credit, man. A catcher to hit this many bombs and still catching every day. I mean, that says a whole lot.
And it's not a piazza like catcher. A real catcher.
Yeah.
Like Pudge.
Yeah, he's one of the best defensive catchers out there. So that's one of the things. That's why I give him a whole lot of credit for what he's doing. It's gonna go in the background right now because football didn't took over, but he has had an outstanding season this year. So hats off to him. That's the only bright spot because the Braves stink. And I don't think is the Yankees still. The Yankees ain't even in the playoffs right now. Yankees and Orioles.
But in between them and Boston in the American League East, because Orioles suck this year. It's Toronto, Boston, and the Yankees.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because let me see.
Now the Orioles pick though. This time they swept the Dodgers. They swept the Padres, beat the Phillies, And now they want to get 10 games back within 500 after your season went to the. But I think they so
you ain't
young,
got but 2 weeks.
They just don't know. I think they so young they don't understand they need to stay bad though to continue with the draft pick.
I'm like, boy, you ain't got but 2 weeks left in the season. Why you want to play now?
Exactly.
You know, but it's just like when the Braves did that last month. They played well against Phillies and whatever. Then they Seattle come in here and beat the snot out of them. I'm like, man, what going on, man? But yeah, that's where we at. So NFL this week, college is still down, so we'll be more so on NFL this week. Coming up when we come back, see what the Cowboys do this week. See if the Buccaneers can continue to hold on, if the Falcons can hold on. The Panthers and the Steelers stink, so it is what it is. I got a long winter ahead of me, though.
Long winter. Panthers twice in December.
Long winter, bro. It's gonna be a long winter. I already see it. I'm actually looking forward to basketball season right now. That's how bad it is right now, bro.
Yeah, nothing to look forward to on Saturday.
Hey, Bo.
I know, man.
Bo, it's bleak on Saturday, Bo. I'm just like, probably about when y'all text Saturday about 1:30, I was like, oh God, what is going on?
I know, man.
I'm like, but I said, hey, when they go to Atlanta, it ain't gonna be pretty. But ACC right now, the ACC, I mean, Pitt lost to West Virginia. I mean, nothing's going right. So I mean, I'm throwing all my support behind Cal. Let's go Bears. Let's go Cal, man.
The Bears and the Mustangs.
Yeah. I'm throwing it behind them because they the only ones that act like they want to win. They the only ones that act like they want to win, man. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of teams in the state of South Carolina right now. I'm just like, whatever, man. Other than South Carolina State.
Well, Coastal won, right?
No, Coastal got beat Saturday. Coastal struggling. Ain't nobody doing good but South Carolina State, man. They the flag bearer for the state of South Carolina right now.
No, they won't be after this weekend. They play USF.
Yeah, but I mean that's a money game. It is what it is. Yeah, they're gonna win. I think they play North Carolina Central in 2 weeks. That's gonna be the game for the MEAC. So we'll be able to see that. And that's a Friday. They put that game on Friday afternoon. So I look forward to that. But other than that, I mean, I don't think nobody in the SWAC looking all that great either. So they'll be back in Atlanta come bowl time. All right, fellas. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all be good.